I'm very honored to introduce our commencement speaker, who is well known for his business acumen and keen sense of social responsibility. He is a staunch champion of entrepreneurship in the country and the leading figure behind Negosyo, an advocacy of the country and the Philippine Center for Entrepreneurship. It is a non-profit organization that provides a learning platform for alternatives to unemployment, job seeking, or migration. Negosyo has promoted entrepreneurship education through ideation and sharing of innovative business models and best practices that guided new entrepreneurs in their business setup and operations management. He has received prestigious recognitions such as one of the 10 outstanding young men of the Philippines, TOY in 1995, one of the Time Global 100 list of young leaders of the millennium, an Anvil Award of Excellence for Advocacy by the Philippine Relations Society of the Philippines, and the CEO Excel Award by the International Association of Business Communications, and one of the 48 Heroes of Philanthropy by Forbes Asia. He is the President and CEO of RFM Corporation, the Chairman of the RFM Unilever Ice Cream Corporation, and Director and Executive Committee Member of Concepcion Industries, Inc. Ladies and gentlemen, the visionary who steered the RFM Corporation into one of country's leading branded consumer food and beverage corporation, Mr. Negosyo, Mr. Joey Concepcion.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to thank FEU, Gigi, Yana, Mr. Alba for inviting me to be your commencement speaker this morning. Second, I'd like to congratulate first the parents in this room. I'm sure all of you are very proud today to see your children graduate from college. It is indeed a great task in raising children. I myself, a father of 5, have experienced what it takes to really mentor our kids today. Joining a great school like FEU, which beats LaSalle in basketball, the school where I come from, but you carry the same color as we in LaSalle do. Again, mentorship is really essential in life. And I see that as my parents took care of me in my growing up years. I was not a bright kid. I failed grade 3 in LaSalle, Green Hills. I regularly tried to copy my classmates' test exams. And I was able to fool my parents thinking that I graduated in the LaSalle University by simply dropping a very hard subject called Quatec. And during those times, if you drop your subject, you can march and you can appear in the yearbook, but you will never be able to get your diploma. Years after, 15, 20 years after, LaSalle invited me as a director of the school. And I said, prior to my exit, do you know that you made me a director and I still have not graduated from your school? I'm not saying this to encourage people not to study. Mentorship is what makes the best in all of you. I was very fortunate that I saw my parents together, a wonderful marriage, my dad's passion in believing in this country, fighting for what he believed in, fighting the dictatorship during that time, which was the Marcos dictatorship, creating an organization such as TAMFEL to be able to help Filipinos believe in themselves that they too can eventually have real democracy. And that, in a way, the values, the hard work that I've seen them go through life, in a way, subliminally was instilled in myself. And I realized later on that these values continue to live on today. Of course, the school that we come from is very important. In your case, FEU. In my case, LaSalle. But again, the mentors can only do so much for you. In school, you can be mentored by the best teacher, but if you don't listen, then you won't make it. And mentorship from your parents combined with mentors from good schools will definitely create the most important part of your life, which is character. And in character, that is what will define your success. It doesn't end here. It is just the beginning of what you will experience. While most of you compete for the best grades, the real competition out there is in the professional world. And you will see that the learning process has just begun. It doesn't mean you have to stop learning. It has to continue. Like corporations like ourselves, we continue to learn. There are many and will be many people who will want to take your job one day. In my case, there are many who want to take our market position in the brands that we have built. When I started RFM, I wanted to compete and be the largest in soft drink and ice cream. That passion made it possible. Again, I saw it in my parents. They never gave up. And many years after, that dream became reality. Cosmos Bottling became the #1 soft drinks in the cola segment. After 13 years, we sold the business to Coca-Cola for close to 15 billion pesos. Today, Selecta is the market leader in ice cream with close to 80% market share. And what is important, in those days that I started, we were the David. I grew up drinking Coke and eating Magnolia ice cream. So, in life, as you are about to experience the real thing, everything will start now. The real competition in life is there. As the Philippines competes for its place in the world for trade, as businesses in the Philippines compete to be able to regain their market share and maintain their market share, employees, entrepreneurs will have to do the same. You have to continue to learn. And learning is now learning with your new set of mentors. Your new set of mentors will come from the different organizations that you will be joining. You will be making a lot of mistakes at the expense of these companies. Just don't get fired. But what is important is that you learn from these mistakes. And I always tell many of those who have joined our organizations that you can learn, make mistakes, and one day you will grow out of it and become an excellent professional manager, entrepreneur. In the end, what is really important in all of this is you all have to be enterprising. Entrepreneurs basically are problem solvers. I'm not encouraging all of you to start your business, right away. Learn first, identify your strength, make the mistakes, continue to explore the internet, not just for Facebook or Viber, but to really search out what are the new ideas out there. And in this idea, you will never know that maybe one day you will be one of the most successful entrepreneurs. I'm saying this as a fact. I've seen a young kid who studied in Iloilo about 12 years ago, 8 years ago. We awarded him in Negosyo an award for his success in developing a franchise called Mang Inasal. His name is Injapsia. When we awarded him, he had about 60 stores. And he was telling me that he almost gave up because it was so messy making his chicken formula. And his father was telling him to do it another way. But there was a crucial point in his life at that point that he decided to say, look, let me go out and do this formula. He believed in a fast food model for chicken. Many years after, I awarded him again the Ernst & Young Small Business Award for entrepreneurship. And at that time, he was about to sell his business to Jollibee for close to 4.5 billion pesos. He retained 30% of that because he believed that Mang Inasal still had a great future. He didn't stop. He created a company called Double Dragon, partnered with the person who bought the business from him. And today, started a business called City Malls with a target of 100 malls by the year 2020. And today, he would be, I would say, the youngest billionaire in this country in dollar terms. His company today is worth 100 billion pesos. The other day, I was telling him, from the time I knew him to the time today, I never thought that you would reach this level of success. While I may say his company is way overvalued, nevertheless, what it shows is a young kid who graduated in a school in Iloilo. Very simple person, unexposed to Metro Manila. And see, his passion and focus and perseverance has taken him to this level of success. And I can name you many more of these examples. So never think it is impossible to succeed in life. You may be as fortunate as he is, or maybe not. But nevertheless, what is important is that you really possess an enterprising attitude. That is important in life. Whatever position you get later on, do the best. Work hard. And have an attitude that never gives up. These basically are the lessons that I've learned in my own way to where I am today. And I know many of you in this room didn't vote for the same candidate. And we will say that, we should have voted for the right candidate. And this country is going to the dogs if, we have the wrong candidate. Look, many of today's billionaires that you see in the Forbes Philippine top list started doing well in the era of Marcos. Why? Because there was nobody who wanted to come to this country. So they were the first movers. And that was a great handicap given to them. Because if at that point in time, we were already an investment-grade country, then McDonald's, Walmart, and all of these guys will be the most dominant players today in the Philippines. And yet, the 20 plus years of Marcos rule gave a lot of these entrepreneurs who went against the odds. In other words, in time of despair, there are tremendous opportunities. And through the years, there will always be these opportunities coming by. This new president and vice president, Duterte and Leni Robredo, I believe was a signal to all, especially in big business. It is about time that many of our Filipino brothers have to play a role. The Philippines is not just for the rich and the large corporations. The real essence of inclusive growth must be done. And to me, that vote signaled the importance of making more people part of a growing economy. We all know that poverty is our biggest problem. And how do we fight poverty? There are many ways. And it starts with many of you in this room. Doing the best you can in your role in life. No matter how small, no matter how big you are, it is excellence, passion, and optimism that will carry you forward. Don't mind the macro environment. Let that sort out itself. Focus on what you want to be in life. In closing, it all starts with a dream. Everybody has to dream of something. I dreamt that one day I would like to be like my father, fighting for a cause. And today, I never thought that I would lead an advocacy in entrepreneurship in a way similar to NAMFREL, but different in approach. It is really helping many of our micro and small entrepreneurs out there to succeed in life. The Philippines cannot be complete without other players being part of it. That is my dream. And through Negosyo, we're close to over 600 entrepreneurs who have joined this cause. Now we're telling them, let us really show a meaningful, inclusive growth to really ensure that many other entrepreneurs have a pathway to success. And that can be done through mentorship. Because I value mentorship. As I've seen my parents and my school bring about the right mentorship in my own life, I'm sure they have done to you as well. Or else you would not be in this room today. So it starts with a dream. And believe in that dream. Nothing is impossible. Even in the field of politics, you don't know what your calling will be. Grace Poe did not even think she would have the chance to run as president. And neither did Leni Robredo, and even our president today, Duterte. Destiny, in the end, will spell it out. But we cannot just wait for destiny. We have to work hard, and destiny will define it. So I'd like to congratulate all of you here today. And I hope and I pray that every one of you in this room will be successful in life. Thank you.